Hello everybody! My name is Kazm Vulfhart, aka King Kazm, whatever you want to call me, and welcome back to Pokemon Violet, the Bug-type Gym Leader Run. I need to go to the director's office. Where do I go? Where do I go? I don't know. Last episode, we finally completed... well, we didn't complete it yet. Ah, here you are, Master Kazm. I wanted to talk to you all about your hard work. I wanted to thank you! My goodness! Kazm cannot read for the life of him. I wanted to thank you for all your hard work in resolving the situation with Team Star. If not for you, I suspect I would have done the team a grievous injustice in my choice of punishment for their actions. I actually want to talk about that for a short while. Just a short bit. So, okay, Director Clavel... Sorry. So Director Clavel was going to expel them. Okay, that's fine. I understand it. He didn't know the full story. Here's where I get confused a little bit. What was Penny's plan? Because knowing Penny, I don't think... I'm pretty sure she would have very quickly figured out what was happening with Team Star and about how they were going to get expelled. Where's my mouse on my screen? Okay, I found it. I have to make sure it's away from the recording button because if I accidentally hit the mouse pad or the mouse beside me, it's gonna stop the recording and screw shit up. Anyways, so Penny would have figured out something's going on with Team Star, and then figured out something to do. So, like, was she gonna be the one that went around Team Star and kicked the crap out of all of them? Because I'm pretty sure she actually could have handled them all, to be honest. Because the evolutions are not pushovers by any means. There's a reason a lot of people have at least one evolution in some of their meta builds. Don't get me wrong. Some of them aren't. Like, most meta builds don't have them, but there are some who do. Well, meta teams, I should say. So, like, if I didn't show up, was there actually a possibility of Operation Starfall going through anyways, just in a different way? Or was Penny just going to, like, let her friends get expelled and then expel herself in the same vein? I'm very confused as to what the, like, potential future was going to be. Like, it just feels like Penny would have found a way to stop it beforehand. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling now. That's just my thoughts. You have my sincerest gratitude. Knock 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 knock. Who is it? It's Penny. Oh, Miss Penny, do come in. Hello, Direct. I like that Penny knocks and then we don't, as far as I'm aware. About the STCs, I'd like to work on them together with the rest of Team Star. That's wonderful news. Thank you very much for your favorable response. But, I should be punished more heavily than the others, I think. No. Bad. No, not that, because the other really bad thing I did. And what would that be? You know the LP I gave you both in exchange for helping me with Operation Starfall? I got a hold of it sort of illegally by hacking the Pokemon League's LP management system. Ah, I see. That is quite the revelation. I did not think such a thing was even possible in the first place. It wasn't all that hard. I mean, I'm really sorry and I won't do it again. Why do you have a little bed in your room? I'm sorry, this is ADHD moment, but the camera is focused on it. Why is there a tiny bed? Clavel, what Pokemon do you have in your room? Was that where Quaxley was sitting? Anyways, this matter is rather out of my jurisdiction, I'm afraid. I'll have to consult Miss Gita, oh my god, Namiel, the Pokemon League chairwoman on how best to proceed. I figured as much. I do apologize, Master Kazm, but I will have to ask you to give us some privacy. Well, I gave him privacy. Think it's been long enough? So This is one of those instances. I'm actually going to tell a little story here while I try and figure this out. Where do I go now? I guess the entrance hall. So, actually, there was a little story. So, this is... Okay, so... It's a story I know relatively well. However, there are parts of it where I completely forget because of how long ago it was since I actually researched it. Because I researched it shortly after Watch Dogs 2 came out when I started playing that game. And that was the only Watch Dogs game I played. I did want to play Watch Dogs 1, but I could never get my hands on it. And I heard Watch Dog Legion was just absolutely atrociously bad. Ratatata. Kazm. Penny? There's something I want to talk to you about. Could you meet me in front of the school stairs? You know where we first met. I'll be waiting. Where was that again? I guess I'll continue the story after I get there. Whee! Screw the stairs! We don't need stairs. Bonk. Hello. Hasta la vista. The six of us thought of that catchphrase back when we created the team. It's so cringy it's perfect, you know? Anyway, about the LP thing, I thought I was going down big time for hacking the league point system, but they're letting me off easy. That's great! Pokemon League said they'll waive my debt if I do some volunteer engineering for them, so this is actually the reason I wanted to talk about the story that I have. They even asked me to come work for them after I graduate, if you can believe that. Director Clavel and that Gita lady kept complimenting me like a weird amount. Apparently, I have outstanding talent or something. I mean, yes, actually, you kind of do, to be honest. You're like, what, 10? And you can hack into a freaking major global organization like that? Just to move money around? Like, let's be real here. You're moving yes, it is a type of currency. It's not the main currency. You're moving a type of currency around. This is basically like if you hacked into World of Warcraft. Wait, does World of Warcraft have in-app purchases? Like, is there an in-app currency? Let me use a game that has I know for a fact in-app currency. I think Phantasy Star Online has that. Actually, you know what? I'll use Raid. Okay, I'll use Raid as an example. Since I play Raid, like, every day. This is not sponsored by Raid. So, she's hacking into what is essentially, like, very roughly the equivalent of the Raid management system. Just to give two people a bunch of gems, which are usually, like, it's an in-game currency you can farm, or it's a pay cash to get more of it. She's basically just hacking in to give a bunch of people all that stuff. She could technically, with the skill she has, hack into the Pokemon League, get everybody's information, and royally screw up so much shit with that. But all she did, comparatively, was just give people in-game currency. That's literally all she did, and that's why they're more impressed and easygoing about the punishment, I think. Don't get me wrong, you shouldn't hack into big... unless you're part of cybersecurity, you should not be hacking into big name companies and stuff like that. And even if you are in cybersecurity, it should be agreed upon between the company and you on doing such a thing. That way they know you aren't doing it maliciously, you're doing it... what's the word? It's not maliciously, it's... You're doing it as a means of security testing to help improve it. Anyways, sorry for calling out here to meet like this. I'm still not great with people face to face. Trust me, I am fully understanding of that sentiment. I never seem to find the right words, but thank you so much. You saved Team Star and my friends along with it. I know words won't ever be enough to properly thank you for all you've done, so here. Why do you have a Draco Meteor? You do not have a Dragon type on your team! I'm sure you'll put it to good use. I will not. Because there's no bug Dragon type, because screw you, Game Freak. And one more thing. I want to repay the debt I owe you. If you ever think of a way I can do that, just let me know. We're going to dive into a hole of death and destruction. And dangerous animals. I'm great with machines and hacking and stuff. So next time, I'll be helping you, Kazm. Be seeing you then, hasta la vista. And she's off. Okay, story time. Starfall Street's finally done. My goodness. Okay, so, story time. I'll do some training while I'm talking because I don't want to be, like, jumping between this story and talking about stuff that I want to talk about. Which seems to be a running theme lately. Okay, let me focus. So, most everybody should know about the group named Anonymous. They're a group of what is called black hat hackers who hack for illegal purposes. They didn't always used to be anonymous. Okay, good. My team's healed. My team was still healed. I didn't do anything. Actually, I can't use... I need to use you because you have better... There we go. So you do your thing. I'm going to talk. So... They used to be what is called gray hat hackers. For hackers, from my loose understanding of how hacking works and the people behind it, hackers are classified as 3 types. All of them hat-based. Well, kind of. So there are white hat hackers. They are the hackers who work for, well, now they work for, so without going into affiliations, let me put it this way. White hat hackers are hackers who operate within the realm of the law to do good things. Usually they are people in government companies or facilities, and they're the ones that is a lot of that is an Arcanine with a bunch of baby Growlithe. So these white hat hackers are usually people who work with government officials or the government in general. As an example, they have a bunch of hackers who are with the FBI, and they're usually white hats. White hats. I'm trying to enunciate it because my brain wants to say hacks. After white hacks, there are black... See, I just said it. White hacks. After white hats, there are black hats. Black hat hackers are, once again, loose understanding of how it all works. If you want to do research, I highly recommend it because it is mildly fascinating to learn about this stuff, and you can get a better understanding of, like, the people who do bad versus the people who do good. Anyways, black hat hackers are hackers who operate whether within or without the law. Inside or outside the law, will do bad things. An example of this is Anonymous, obviously. That's a big example because they will hack, get people's information, sell it on the black web, all that illegal stuff, and they're just overall not nice people. Then there are gray hat hackers. These hackers, to give you a very simple example of it, gray hats are what you play as in Watch Dogs 2. I don't know about Watch Dogs 1, I can't say for certain. I do know Watch Dogs 2, they should mostly be classified as gray hats. Gray hat hackers are essentially Robin Hood. as a hacker. They operate outside the law to do good things that are for the good of the community, society, people as a whole. So, like, if, as an example, using Watch Dogs 2 as an example, if a big conglomerate is selling, like a big security firm is selling their clients' information on the dark web on purpose, then white hacks can hack into their system, and have done so in the past, hack into their system to take that information and make it more well-known to the proper authorities and the public, thus making it harder for those evil conglomerates, not all conglomerates are evil, but most of them are, to do what they do. That's what gray hats do. The issue is, and that's what technically Penny is a gray hat hacker. That Golduck is running for its life. Oh, that poor Golduck. But that is technically what Penny is. She is a gray hat hacker. She is not maliciously doing it, but she is doing something illegal. And there is a bit of a nuance to it. Yes, doing something illegal is bad, but it's like a homeless guy stealing food for his family. Homeless / jobless. Like, it's illegal, but he's in a situation where he feels he has no other choice. And thus, it should be viewed as, that situation should be viewed as gray instead of black and white, hence the names behind the hats. What I've grown to understand, and anybody can educate me on the opposite in this regard, gray hat hackers are still viewed as bad because they're like vigilantes, they're operating outside the law, and a lot of security firms, especially in the government sector, don't like people messing around in other people's business, even though they kind of already do that themselves. This is a gray area for me. I don't like that they do it, but I understand some of the reasoning behind why they do it. If people weren't abusing it, I would be less irritated by it. But anyways. So, Anonymous used to be a different group of people. Actually, now that I think about it, while not like a one-for-one, while not at all a one-for-one in terms of story, I do see some parallels in Team Star's story and this. I'm actually going to look this up because I do not want to spread false information about it. History. What was their name? Because there was a group, there was a big group. Oh, God. I mean, one of the things that pop up is low fit. L0PHT. Because I very clearly There's one named Derp. Oh my goodness, that's lovely. The one I'm thinking of might be low fit. No, that's a black hacker room. Lulsec? No. So the reason this is bugging me is because me and my one friend talked about this. Sorry, I shouldn't have paused like that. Me and my one friend were talking about this a long time ago when I was playing Watch Dogs, talking about a lot of stuff. Nope. Help. Can you attack this thing? Thank you. So, the group in... what's it called? Watch Dogs 2 is called DedSec, and their name is very close to the name of the hacker group whose name I'm forgetting, that became anonymous. Or, if I'm remembering it correctly, became anonymous. Basically what had happened was they were a big group of gray hat hackers, and there was a leader, and then one of the lower tiers got busted by the feds, and in exchange for a lesser sentence, that one guy who got busted, or girl who got busted, I can't remember the gender, they ratted out who the leaders of the group was. And because of that, the group disbanded, and a good bit of them, or a couple of them, became what is now known as Anonymous. Now, whether or not Anonymous is still going on, I don't know. You look like a different color. But I think your shiny is supposed to be a lighter color, not a darker color. You're not shiny. Neither are you. But that's what I remember. And quite honestly, the concept of hackers in general does fascinate me a little bit, because I have a little bit of programming knowledge. I do kind of understand it, but I'm not good at it at all, to put it simply. And I would like to be better at programming, because let's face it, programming sounds like a load of fun to me, to be honest. You mean I can spend hours upon hours upon hours of work just to have a color-changing image on my screen? Sign me up! Jokes aside, though, I know programming takes a lot, and it is a very arduous task to begin with. And if there are any programmers who watch my series, or any videos of mine, kudos to you. I absolutely adore you. Please keep up the good work, but for the love of all that is holy, take fucking breaks. Do not burn yourself out if you can help it. But it fascinates me overall. Please help, please help, please help. It fascinates me overall because, like, they see it all differently. Like, I look at a wall of code, and I see basic understanding of, like, so this is supposed to do this, this is supposed to do this, this is supposed to do this. They see that and so much more. They can see if it's a code for a security system, they can see all the walls, they can see all the holes, they can see all the solid points, they can see all the openings. They can see it all with such precision that I am openly jealous. Not because I want to break into security systems, but like it's a level of understanding and knowledge of the system itself to be able to even get that far. And that's why, like, Penny's skills are impressive when you actually think about it. She's hacking into a system that has such high levels of security, or should have high levels of security. I don't know how big cyber hackers are in the Pokemon world, but I hate you. And then there's that Scyther right behind me. And the Luxray. I don't like either of you. Ow. But she as a, like, 10-year-old kid... Stop. Can you go after the freaking Scyther that is literally right beside you? Biggest issue I have with this game's AI. I very clearly am calling you out. Hello, thank you. Lag. I'm very clearly calling you out to fight something, and it's right next to you and you walk past it. You are not intelligent. Hey, you're finally strong enough to take out Luxrays. Impressive. But she is... Where are you? But Penny is, like, by and large, in my opinion, one of the smartest 10-year-olds. I think that she's 10. I don't know. I should probably look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Mainly because I want to know how intelligent this young child is. Something saw me. No, not Pennywise. Power Gem is stronger. Oh, she fell asleep. That's adorable. Sorry, I'm looking. Okay, well, nobody knows. Nobody really knows. The consensus is, like, she's between 13 and 15, which, you know, is fitting. So, this is the biggest issue. This is the It's the biggest meme. Let's put it that way. It's the biggest meme. No, I don't want to save. I want to heal. So, the meme is... I hit the wrong button. I was trying to send freaking Honeycrisp out. The meme is that Pokemon children at the age of 10, because that's what the proper age is in the very first Pokemon game, are allowed to go out on the Pokemon journey with these dangerous animals that are very fucking powerful when they are 10 years old. So, it is normally assumed that most, if not all, of the trainers that you have faced, or will face, regardless of how young they are supposed to be around 10 years of age. Do not get me started on the preschoolers with Pokemon. In fact, too late, I'm already started. Why do the preschoolers have Pokemon? Honeycrisp, what are you doing? Can you go after the Scyther? Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna have so many Scyther claws after this. Why do the preschoolers have Pokemon when is the acceptable age to have Pokemon at a very young age, but the only acceptable age to go out on a journey by yourself with no adult supervision with these Pokemon? 10? Like, is that what I'm supposed to believe? Because holy crap! Bad parenting! But anyways, back to the main point. So we are operating under the assumption that these students don't even... I'm not even going to go into freaking Scarlet and Violet Paldea's schooling system being absolute confusion. So operating under the assumption that Penny, who is of the age to have Pokemon and do the school treasure event, is around or over the age of 10. The next observation I'm going to make is that she does appear to be quite young, as does Ortega. However, well, also technically Mela. Giacomo, Atticus, and Aerie, though, are very clearly older than 10. Like, very much so older than 10. If I had to hazard a guess, Aerie would probably be within the 15 to 17 range solely because of her stature. Because her family might be genetically dispositioned to have very tall genes and have a very good proclivity for gaining muscle mass and becoming fit. Hence why she is... See, I know you're not shiny, but because of the light, it makes your darker parts look blue, and it confuses me. I'm talking about this Bisharp here. But with the knowledge of how biology works, and assuming that... And assuming that biology works the same as... Shut up! I'm talking to the game. Okay, why can't I escape? When I'm almost 2 levels higher? Or 20 levels higher? 20 levels higher exactly. Okay, you know what? Since I can't escape... I hate your existence. Screw you, low kicks. Land on nothing and die. Okay, let me clear these guys out, and then I'll finish up what I'm talking about. So Aerie's got to be within the 15 to 17 range. Giacomo, I would hazard a guess, is like 15, 16. He might be closer to 18, but given how he behaves in general... I'm willing to bet he is definitely more closer to 15, 16. I have not seen a single Pessimian until just now. Atticus... Honestly, despite his height and stature, I would be willing to bet that because of how Atticus acts, he is most likely within the 13 to 15 range. Mainly because I have seen it where around that age, the young boys / men tend to try and act a lot more mature, and that may just be how he views mature people acting. Ortega has to be like between 10 and 12. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because he's just way too boyish for it, like, based on his appearance. And don't get me wrong, this could not be the case, because I know that there are some people who don't look like their age, and blah, 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 blah. I understand all that. Don't judge a book by its cover. Genetics is complex and complicated, but I'm operating under the basic understanding of it, and also just, I can't... In terms of theorizing, you can't view this as a, oh, this is a possibility. Or you can, but you can't have that be the main basis of your theory. Because then it just kind of invalidates your whole theory. Anyways, enough of me rambling. I'm going to call it here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That we can see more content like this in the future. And if you're coming back on the regular and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It's free. It helps out a ton. I'm greatly appreciative. And if you could share this video with your friends, your family, your group of ride or dies, I'd appreciate that as well. And as always, I will see you as we continue our adventure in Legend of... Why did I almost call it Legend of Zelda? Pokemon Violet, the Bug-type Gym Leader Run. Bye-bye!